Hey what's up guys, it's Diesel16 here. Welcome back to another Hogwarts Map Ultimate Project Update 2.0 GM2. Our release date has been delayed by 1 week to June 1st, 2019, so mark your calendars if you're skipping the pre-releases, GMs, and all that, and skip straight to the official release. One of the first changes you're going to notice, alright, let's grab a wand here. Get one at Ollivanders. Yeah, there's this thing now called World Settings. Yes, this has been added, but then it got barricaded in the previous pre-release. Shows all the different settings and whatnot, like you can change the weather, you can change the game rules. But there's a new feature that got me wondering here, and that's the experimental gameplay. Basically where you can like go and test out all the new features without having to just keep wasting your flu powder when you die. Instead, you just go straight to wherever you decide. So if you turn this on and then kill yourself, you'll, instead of spawning at the classic hub, you're gonna spawn here. Yes, this is experimental gameplay right here. This is the only experimental feature. And of course, if you want to turn that off and switch back to your regular spawn, you can shut that off. And when you die, you're back to your regular spawn. By the way, when you first load the map, this will always be your spawn. This will never change. That can be changed. So we're going to start with the official features. So basically, you're walking down this path and then all of a sudden you notice, hey, wasn't there a coming soon message here in the Nocturne Alley? No. Because it's added. Only this building. So basically we have Borgin and Burks with the inspiration of Poetic Whisper. Please leave a like. Which I copy block for block from Poetic Whisper. No structure blocks needed, no MC edit. Please leave a like. And don't forget to comment down in the comments section. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates, releases, and more YTPs. So now, here, this is Borgin and Burks. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing when you walk out there. Then you're trotting down here, and then all of a sudden you stare at this giant white building that's half finished. That's going to be Gringotts Bank. Yes, please excuse these little things. Here, they're not supposed to be at that height. It's all just a test. So yes, there is a message where the vaults will be available in release 3.0. It will not make it to this release. So here we have the Gringotts Bank. It's only it's only like a quarter of the way done. So I have to do like the top. I bet the exterior will be done. It's the vaults that won't be there. Probably most of the interior. I'm not sure. This is not a bug. Please don't make this invalid. So now, just hop around. Yeah, before we go back, there's this thing. Notice the vanishing cabinet. If you used Poetic Whisper's map before, then you probably may be aware on how this works. So basically, you just close both doors, then this button on the top. You know the drill. I'm not gonna repeat it. So basically, if you've watched my re release 2.0 for Poetic Whispers map, then you might be aware of what's going on. However, you do not need the advanced potion making textbook. However, you do need it when you return. So yes, once you're out, kind of thing. So be careful. So to avoid that, we're going out the way in Diagon Alley, Nocturne Alley. I mean, we're gonna go through this fireplace. Yeah, there was a bit of a delay. And yes. Now we're gonna go straight back to spawn. We're gonna grab some flue powder because we're gonna be going into some locations. I just have to sneak through. So basically, I'm gonna need to mark my spawn here. Or something like that. Yes, there has been some changes in the, experimental hub. There are now, valued locations, like Hogsmeade, Malfoy Manor. It probably still doesn't work. Oh, it does. I completely forgot. Yeah, Hogsmeade, nothing different. It's the Forest of Dean that we have to talk about. So, basically, as you may notice, we are actually in the cold taiga biome, or snowy taiga for 1.13 users. But anyway, we now have a new location for the Forest of Dean, which is now in the cold taiga biome. Yes, I had to use an external editor to change the biome. So basically, as you go down here, the Sword of Gryffindor's there. And I used the pick block function, so don't get me wrong here. So, yes, the Sword of Gryffindor is now relocated to the Forest Dean, and it's no longer present in the Chamber of Secrets. So, if you are wondering where the Sword of Gryffindor is, that's where it is. And we got the new campfire texture, subject to change. And now we're gonna disapparate. However, this does not take you back to the new hub, so it takes you back to the old one. So, just to be aware. Notes on the other side. There is a area within the classic hub where there's going to be two in one section. This one's going to be the Snatcher's hideout. Yes, that has a good change. There's even a sign that says beware the Snatchers. Basically, you can go in and it looks like, hey, that's nothing. Go down here and you're in for a very interesting treat. Yes, here we have like a little storage capacity. Here's where things get really interesting. If we go down here, you can see that there's a Flu Network portal. But here's where things get really interesting. There's a bed in each room except for this one, which is more like a cooking. So yes, it's all resident stuff. Really small rooms. So yes, now we're gonna go into the Chamber of Secrets. If I should have, oh, I don't have it. That's really interesting. Well, I'm just gonna play Ghost and I'm gonna play Myrtle for just 10 seconds. And yes, the game modes have now changed. So now spectator mode is now Ghost mode. Creative mode is free play mode. So yeah, and there's more. Survival mode remains the same, but adventure mode is called ground mode. So I know it just takes you straight to free play mode. I'm not sure how, or creative. So yes, we're going down to the chamber because there's a very gigantic overhaul. There's now better lighting in the chamber, other than before where their lighting's just extremely terrible. And now there's like sea pickles. And then in here, we have what is a little corridor. It's basically where most of the action is for the basilisk. It features a two-way path. It's really cool. And the Sword of Gryffindor, like I mentioned, is not present. Just an FYI on that one. We have some couple of changes in this area of Hogwarts. Basically, back off, Siri. Basically, in this area we have extended the corridor all the way up to right here. And there's Also been a couple of changes upstairs as well. But I'm gonna have to like hover up there first. Stop it. Alright. So yes, one thing in classroom 1A, I almost made this an AP classroom, then changed my mind on that one. There's been some blackboards on it. And yes, I've obtained a clock face player head. I've collected player heads from the Flu Network's maps and then just transferred them over here using these little save toolbars function. Saves time and commands. So yes, and then this corridor has been extended all the way here in the girls' lavatory on the first floor. It's basically where the troll went in, tried to kill Miss Granger, though there's no stalls in there yet. Kind of forgotten to add them. So yes, that's that. Okay, I think it's the next one up. Yep, it is. Yes, this goes up to the 5th floor corridor. Sorry for the rush, there's a technical difficulty. I need to check. We're doing fine. Until 15 minutes later when you realize that there's barely any space. Yes, I'm gonna have to hustle right through it. So anyway, we're going down the stairs to the 3rd floor. We're gonna revisit that 3rd floor because there's another room added within this area. Septima vectors for ancient runes. Basically, we have dried kelp block, which will now take the cabinets. Then we got the desk and stuff. It's plain empty. I'll add some more soon. Because there's more to go. So now we're going to fly straight out to the Vita courtyard. Nothing interesting there. And we have some lighting issues yet again. Screw you, Mojang. You lied to us. Set it in the bug fixes. And you're gonna deserve it one day. And I will mean it. I'm going to have to optimize this world before I release it. Just an FYI. This is an ongoing problem. So yes, in the Hogwarts kitchens, the access has changed. Instead of just a straightforward opening, you have to press this button. And the doors will open. There's no redstone behind this. It's all run underground. Basically, it's run by a execute command, not a test for. That has been long gone. And yes, one big surprise is that the barrels have changed. That's not all. To avoid obvious reasons, we had to create a little barricade. So yes, I did a bit of some redstone, which I'm going to show you. You know, don't get these ideas. I came up with those from a collaboration of myself and Max Atlantis. I did not watch those mumbo-jumbo tutorials for that. So yes, everything seems normal until you approach this little barrel. It's still Hufflepuff. But this is the last redesign of Hogwarts house. This one I've done by hand. This time not by structure blocks. You can see there's several differences. And you'll see why. The staircases are much shorter. So we got the dormitories right here. So yes, it's just that. It took me over an hour just to go by hand. So now we're gonna go straight. Whoa! I felt like I just went through a lower scheme here. So yes, there is a new infrastructure for one of those. I don't remember what they're called. think I came up with something. So yes, in the hospital wing, we have a slight redesign. Automatic furnaces turned on. They're never going to be turned off. Quote, quote. Then you can go down these stairs. The staircase has changed. It was an issue with safety. So, yes, this staircase style has changed. You may be wondering where the matron's office is. No worries. Just around the corner. There's Madame Pomfrey. One major bug. There's only one bug fix in this update this time. The red mushrooms are removed and they're replaced with creeper heads as crystal balls. They kept spreading all over the classroom, and it was pretty annoying. I thought, if that's gonna be a problem, why not use creeper heads? So I used that. Yes, just don't spawn a creeper. His head will be completely obliterated by the crystal ball. Yes, there's still a problem with the lookout tower, but that's probably never going to get fixed, unfortunately. We're now checking to see if there's any other changes, features, hotfixes, and whatnot. Oh yes, in the Transfiguration Courtyard, there is a new fountain area now. Simon Kirchner built this, and I pretty much copied up block by block for this. Pretty much, it's like a little water pool. It's really inspiring to me. Yes, I forgot to cut off access to this staircase right here. No worries. Whatever's in there has been relocated, so we're actually going to go there right now. So basically, we're talking about the Room of Rewards now. It's been recreated and redesigned. I inspired this idea from Poetic Whisper. It's somewhat similar, except that it's mainly different. So basically, here it is. It's basically, you may think that's supposed to go to the kitchens. No, absolutely not. I shall fix that. No, not Armando Dippet, not the fat lady. Dear, Phineas Nigelius Black. That, I think I'm okay with. So here's the Room of Rewards now. So yes, it has changed dramatically. So it now just looks different. Although it's still pretty dark in there. As you can tell, there's no lighting at all. The message has been removed. We're going to copy this location because we'll be coming back to this later. Arithmancy Studies. Wait, did I say ancient rune for subnet vector? I meant arithmancy studies. Yeah, no, I just realized. Ancient arithmancy rune. Arithmancy studies. Classroom has a redesign, relocation, and new design of the tables. The blackboard's right there. So now, Dumbledore's office, the entrance has changed drastically. This is the third time I changed the staircase. First of all, it now says, it now acts like you say it because there's a command block. It says, execute as nearest player with the distance of 10 from this block. It'll have them say whatever it says. So basically, that's the command. So basically, we have the Phoenix. This is where things change. For the sake of this, I'm gonna do adventure mode for this one. So basically, I inspired this from a SketchUp project, and that's when I got the idea of building this. It took me a while on the first spiral, but then after that, things got easy. So as you can see, and now you can just straight up and you're already at Dumbledore's office. So it's a bit longer, but it's much easier. The entity for Professor McGonagall is now added. And trust me, because of the removal of white signs, I'm gonna have to change this. So basically, we have Professor McGonagall as a separate village. That's if the profession of the villager in question is on diamond. So it's so that it won't be as easy to get that. So you won't make a mistake if you run into a village in regular gameplay with this pack turned on. Now, speaking of which, I think I may have left something. Interesting. That's really interesting. I thought I had something. I just almost had it. It's this train. Oh, yeah. So, yes. There's some modifications to the Viaduct Courtyard along the... Yeah, not that interesting. Down to the boathouse. Yes, there is a button right there. And you're going to be like, what the heck is this thing doing here? Press it. You got Snape's memories. So basically, these are all quotes that I took from the Deathly Hallows Part 2 and the screenplay by Stephen Kloves and put them in signs. Not all of them, though, because that's copyright. So yes, I even took one from the books. It's never mentioned in either resources. And vendors like Snape's worst memory. Yes, in some cases, you run over a pressure plate and then a dialogue is heard. Like this, for this one, it's Professor Trelawney. I think it refers to her. It refers to her. He intends to hunt them down now to kill them. I'm not going to read all of them. Your word. He exhibits no measurable talent. His arrogance rivals even his father's, and he seems to relish his fame. So yes, you're gonna have to go through it yourself. That Lily Evans Patronus. Always. Yes, this does repeat twice in the film. Then basically, you're automatically back in Dumbledore's office. I mean, McGonagall's office. Did I say Dumbledore? Dumbledore is dead. Yes, that was Snape's memories right there. Yes, I nearly forgot. One more thing before we close out this video. Um, there's something in this staircase that you might worth knowing. In the previous update, I have added the statue of Gregory to Sammy. Now there's a use for it. Wait, did I hit the wrong button? I meant this one. So now, this is actually a passage to Hogsmeade now. So now, basically, it now takes you to the free broomsticks. So yes. And, oh yeah. One more thing. This one I'm gonna have to use the kill command for this. Yes, there's one thing. Yeah, McGonagall's office. I'm gonna need to go to Charms. Because you'll probably know why. We have Professor McGonagall's old office. It's now the deputy head's. There's a secret in here. There it is. And basically, you guessed it. You're not expecting this. It's a prom ticket. Now, you'll probably see why this is the thing I nearly forgot. So now we're gonna teleport straight back. We're gonna go to the room of requirement. I nearly forgot this. So basically, okay. Alright, there's an issue. So yeah, it says you need to get your prom ticket. Even if you have it in your inventory, you have it in your hotbar, you still have to have it in your hand. So basically, some of you may see this as familiar because I've replicated this. I took an extra template of the room of requirement from Max Atlantis, took out all these stalagmites that are taking up space in the middle of the room, and you get this, prom hall. It replicates from the landing at Pine Point, if you know what I'm talking about. only except there's no, like, backstage thing other than, like, an little entrance hall. Basically, if you even attempt to look outside, it's this. Nothing exciting. And yes, it just so happens that it's quite nearby the Room of Hidden Things, so you can just float right through. It's really hilarious. So anyway, that actually ends this video. So anyway, yet again, there is a Flu Network portal. That's going to end this video. Thank you for watching, everybody. And Diesel3016, signing out.